All right, Big Bang, welcome to the mid-show. Listen, the mid-show, the guys, we went out to opening day on Monday.
Some of us.
Filming me. Yes, some of us. We also went out on Thursday, and we had a great time with Miller Lite. It was awesome.
So we kicked off both days.
We did, yes, exactly. So whether it's baseball season or obviously the draft's coming up, it's always a great time for some ice-cold Miller Lites.
Absolutely. And, like, we bounce around a little bit, and you make sure if you're hitting all those Clark Street spots, you just know your order. So Country Club buckets, Cubby Bear buckets. We had a few at where else did we go?
I had one at Old Crow. I had one at Murphy's. Everywhere I went, I had one.
Yep. Did you see that big dumb asshole Tom while he was serving Miller Lites?
We did see Big Tom. Yep, and he was serving some Miller Lites, and they were delicious.
Yes. So
Even
Miller
he
Lite
messed that up.
knows that beer lovers want their light beer to taste like beer. So why would you not go, or why would you go with a beer that's just has?
It is a beer drinker's beer.
It is.
Yeah.
So listen, till kickoff comes around again, enjoy the beer that tastes like the season. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. To get Miller Lite delivered right to your door, visit MillerLite.com/midshow, or you could pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere that they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. All right, welcome to the show. Everybody tweet the link. Let's get that out there.
Let's get it going.
A not great job at that.
We don't do a good job with that.
Yes, exactly. So my bad on us. But I mean, Dave, way
to take accountability.
Yeah,
that's on all of us, and you just fell on the sword for the whole group.
It's on all of us.
Yeah.
We got to start with the viral clip, Dave.
It's an old clip from
that,
like 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't understand why it popped so much this time and not last time, but it popped.
That kind of pisses me off, though.
I don't think it was ever posted last time.
No, it definitely was posted.
I feel like it was too. Yeah,
it was 100% posted.
Mike North just getting in your ass.
So for people that are unfamiliar, in our draft we did. It was right before Super Bowl, honestly.
Yeah.
I think it was a 200 snake draft with Cole Kmet and Taylor Lewan.
Yep.
Cole took Walter Payton in the 5th round. White Sox Dave said Walter Payton's not an athlete. You could roll it, Lance, if you have it. Do we have it?
I haven't watched it since.
All right, let's watch it, Dave. Let's watch and dissect.
Arguably one of the best running backs of all time. Similar run style to Barry Sanders, I'd say.
No.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he was like Walter Payton was like not an athlete. He was like,
whoa.
That might have been the.
With respect to like other running backs, he wasn't. He was like a slower, smaller guy. He's all fucking willpower.
What is he?
5'10", 190. He wasn't a burner at all. I don't think he was. He was never, ever, ever, ever considered a fast running back. When you hear Walter Payton, and we never saw him play, okay? Now, right off the bat, I said he's not an athlete, and you guys cut me off. That was an awful way to start this. Start what I was going to say. I meant athletic compared to the players we were drafting in that draft. When I hear Walter Payton, all the stories about him, the first thing Walter Payton Hills, that forearm fucking shiver he gives the people, planting his leg on the sideline. Instead of going out of bounds, he goes inbounds. Like, I never heard like, oh, dude, he was the fastest fucking guy ever. Like Willie Galt, for instance, from that team. Everybody talked about
Track
his legs.
Guy.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about. Of course, it looks bad in that clip, and right off the bat, I said he wasn't an athlete. That was wrong. Obviously, he was, and today I was watching clips with Brandon Walker where he did have shiftiness and elusiveness, but like at the forefront of my brain when I think Walter Payton, I'm thinking like grit and determination and running through people more than running around them. Like I would think about like a Darren Sproles or a Barry Sanders type player for this exact draft.
Right. I don't think Cole was right saying that their running styles were similar.
That's so wrong,
right?
Isn't it?
Right. Cole's also even younger than us.
Yeah,
like,
much.
So,
yeah.
But that is.
I have very faint memories of Barry Sanders.
Yeah, I same. I remember watching.
Yeah.
But like you're right. That's growth. I don't even know how much we have to go into it, Dave. Mm-hmm. You said that you said that wrong. I don't think I interrupted you. I just said that
everybody interrupted me on the clip.
Even on that clip, I was like, "Whoa!" And then I stopped, and then I'm like, "Well, he played quarterback." I listed all these. Like, he's a freak athlete. He's a freak athlete. He was like we looked up. He's a 4.4 40 guy too, which is pretty fucking fast.
That's just his.
And
that's a. I want to.
And that was also
digging a hole. Go ahead.
50 years ago too.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get that. That 40 time, when you Google his 40 time, is I could be incorrect here. I don't think I am at this moment. I think that's just the generic time that they assigned to him on Google.
Maybe.
I don't know that that's like a verified. Did they even have that?
I don't know, but I don't think that you can become the NFL all-time rusher, which he was until Emmitt Smith broke it.
Emmitt Smith was also not known as a speed back.
I'm gonna get there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't think, but he was not slow. He ran behind the greatest offensive line ever. I think Walter Payton is universally, even Emmitt Smith would say, Walter Payton's a better back. But I don't think you can have these games where you run for 278 yards and you're the all-time leading rusher and you do it all inside of, 11-year career on bad teams and not be fast and not be a great athlete. He was all of those things. I think those things that you listed, where the determination, the grit, the hills, the shiver, all that stuff, like that's the stuff my dad talked about.
Yes.
Because it's unique. Because all the other running backs, even in that era, they would go out of bounds. They would go down. Like Walter Payton, I've seen quotes of him on NFL films and stuff be like, if you're hitting me, I'm hitting you. Like, I'm delivering pain the same way you are. Mm-hmm. And, like, that's what made him so endearing nationally. Because my dad did not grow up here, but he loved Walter. He revered Walter Payton because of that toughness, that running style. Like, Barry Sanders didn't have that, but Walter Payton still had a lot of the same elite athletic ability.
And when I said Walter Payton, like I said, there was a disclaimer coming after that. I should have never said Walter Payton. Started by saying Walter Payton was an athlete.
All right.
I should have started by saying, with respect to the guys we're drafted, Brandon Walker and I were arguing about. I don't know if this was on camera or not. It might have been.
I haven't seen it. So fill us in.
It was this morning, and he comes huffing and puffing over. He's like,
as he does.
You shouldn't be allowed to talk about sports anymore. And then I explained to him, like, he's like, what was the draft? I'm like, backyard football. And he's like. And I'm like, is he the best backyard football back? I was trying to pick apart an argument for the draft's sake at the same time. And Brandon Walker, he's like, well, you could have said like Reggie Bush or Barry Sanders. And I'm like, you're making my argument for me. And he literally walked away. He's like, no, you're wrong.
As Brandon Walker does.
You're wrong. I'm like, you just argued on my behalf. And still saying I'm wrong. Like, there was so much context around what I was trying to say. Like, when we were making the list for that, Walter Payton didn't pop into my head. Because, like, I was thinking of guys you get into open space. And if you get them one-on-one, not that Walter Payton can't make guys miss. He obviously did often. He wasn't at the forefront of my brain for that particular draft. If we were drafting best running backs ever and he went 1-1, who's going to argue that?
Correct. Okay.
I probably would because I think LT is, but that's just the era we grew up in.
LT is the best one you've seen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Best I've ever laid eyes on. At his absolute best, I don't think.
The context of the draft definitely got lost in the clip.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll defend it.
But the other part is like it was probably the 5th running back draft. It was a 5th round.
Yes.
Yeah. Which also kind of plays to your point.
And the 4 running backs that went before him were Chris Johnson, Barry Sanders.
All guys that exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it was. Right. Hold on, I have it here. It's Chris Johnson, Barry Sanders, Christian McCaffrey, and Sam McGuffey. So
Sam McGuffey was a fun pick. Talk about a throwback legend from like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have just framed it as an April Fool's joke, Dave.
Yeah. You could have done.
I could have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still
$8 short.
Next time.
Yeah, you were.
But when we post that clip again next year, we can.
Oh, Dave. I mute those so fucking fast.
I don't know how that was an avalanche, dude.
Yeah, the mute function. It sucks for when you mute a person.
Yeah.
Because it just says like click here to see account.
Well,
meter.
just don't click there.
When you mute a conversation. Oh no, I can't not click there.
What's the point of muting it?
Exactly.
It's still going, right? As of now, it's got 635,000 views, 160.
It would have been nice whoever posted that fucking clip if they could have linked the episode.
They did underneath the next tweet.
I like.
Why did we do that? That's
326 replies, and like the quote tweets were like 140.
Yeah, I don't.
Like I don't know if you can. Like,
I
want to get Mike North in here.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Can we call Mike North?
I am.
Do you have Mike North's number?
I don't actually.
I bet we could get it.
It's one of those things where we probably could.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where, I don't know. Like, does someone have an axe to grind? Have we found out who posted this? Because
it came from the Viva account, but
it posted. We were all at the Cubs game, and everyone looked at each other. We're like, Dave's gonna want our heads on a plate.
Yeah, but I had nothing.
He's
to do
gonna
with
think
it.
this was like a sabotage
Inside job.
And this
months
was
later.
You do believe this is not an inside job, right?
Meaning this room.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
This is a big day.
I'm working on
how often?
If I would think you guys are doing something salacious to like get me, then I will come back at you.
Yeah.
That didn't even cross my mind until you just brought it up right now.
Any way you could find out who posted that?
You guys aren't smart
I know
enough
who
to
posted
hatch
it.
a scheme.
Who posted it?
Yeah, Stooley's clubhouse. He like runs Viva, but he just said he missed that one. I guess he just like got around to watching old drafts. It's like, how have I not clipped this yet?
Oh, all right.
I got a
Shout out
request
to
out from
Clubhouse.
Mike North. His number.
Okay.
Shout out to Stooley's
Who'd you request it
Clubhouse.
from?
Do we even have
Shane.
the Zoom functionability or no?
We
If you
could.
were to jump on. All right, we might. We'll
We'll see.
if not, we'll try to get him on for Thursday's episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I would love to talk to Mike North. He's a fucking legend.
He did a show. He came in. You guys were
No,
hunting or something.
Yeah.
He's been on a couple times, I want to
I
say,
think just once.
I
but
think
not
just
like in
once.
studio, right?
Yeah.
No, it was.
Yeah,
in
he came
studio.
in.
Was he in studio?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were gone.
This
We were
was-
me and Carl at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always wanted to meet him because he isn't
fun.
his story is like he was just a caller, right? And he was
Yeah,
so
he was on a
electric.
hot
that
dog
they-
stand.
Yeah.
I think there's a handful of guys like that. Lawrence Holmes, I'm pretty sure, just used to be a caller on the show.
Really, I didn't know that.
I think it was
I-
Goff.
Oh, it was Jason Goff. It was Jason Goff. Yes, it was Goff. You're correct.
So yeah, pretty cool. I would love to hear him just
Going out. Yeah.
Argue.
be
Yeah.
great. Dave, this is stunning growth out here.
It's not growth. It's the exact same argument. I've
we had him. We had him.
It's the same thing I was explaining for fucking months.
Here's Mike North's tweet.
Yeah, he said saw every game he played. He missed one, but he was 5'10" and 204 pounds. Bench pressed 390, leg pressed over 700 pounds. Could throw a football 60 yards, punt 70 yards. And could walk across a field on his hands. Barry was 5'8", 200 pounds.
Well, he obviously didn't watch the snake draft, and he doesn't know what the basis of what we were talking about.
I think the basis of what he was talking about was when the line
Roll
said
down.
he's not an athlete.
I said cook his ass, Mike.
Why'd he tag Chief?
Because I think I stood up for Walter.
Oh, that's a positive
Said,
tag.
nah, you guys took care of it. I love you guys. Good stuff. He took care of it.
And we love Mike too.
That was great. That was so funny. Yeah, I was nervous, and you were like, like in poopy pants mode too, right? Were you shitting all day yesterday?
Literally poopy
Kinda.
pants. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not an Eeyore poopy pants.
Until like I got the last one out at like 10.
Oh,
And I was fine from there.
gotcha.
What was the problem?
Bad
burrito dealer?
Overindulged a little bit on Easter Sunday.
Oh, you had the chocolate bunny.
I don't know what it was, but
Ran right through you.
It's not often you wake up to piss like a couple times
Yeah.
a week. I feel like you
Oh,
don't
you
wake
had
up to shit.
Oh,
I
in
was
the middle of
waking
the
up to
night?
shit. Yeah,
Ooh,
a couple times.
not great.
Waking up to shit is awful.
Never good.
The lights are off. You don't know if you got it all. Yeah, it's
Might as well hop in the shower.
it's a bad deal.
Yeah.
You're wasting precious sleep time.
Yes. Hey, Lance, I went on the beach and all-day fun with spring break on DraftKings Casino.
Ooh.
Play exclusive games like the fan fave Rocket.
I got his number.
Excuse me. The excitement is endless, the vibes are right, and the cash prizes could be huge. New players start playing with just $5 and get $100 back instantly in casino credits. Download the app and use code MID to book your one-way ticket to fun with DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours.
That clip of Marty and Dana playing that from like 3 weeks ago, that's in my head, that's one of the Barstool moments of the year so far. Like it's they're just so like they're like on top of the world as that rocket hit. I think it was 100, right?
Yeah.
5, and then it went all the way up to what, 1,000?
Something like that.
Yeah. So like
Very funny.
yeah.
Very funny. Yeah, go check that out. DraftKings.
It's like the only time where a big win can feel like a loss on there with those guys. And of course it was them. But that game I wanted to play that game instantly.
Looks fun.
Yeah.
Go check it out, DraftKings Casino. You were a little disappointed in Dave, though.
Nah, I wanted you there at opening day.
There was.
I was.
Yeah,
disappointed.
I thought about coming in until Ed's like, "Hey, we got 4 tickets. Don't worry about it." And I was like, all right. It was pissing rain. I didn't know if they were gonna play. It was cold, and I had a bunch of shit to do here, for music stuff and with Corey. So, if there was a 5th ticket and it's like, "Hey, we have one for you. It's not used," I would have been there.
Okay.
And booze did scare me a little bit though, with the poopy pants.
Yeah. You could have just,
No, that's out of the question. Absolutely.
Is it?
Don't even go there.
Dude, I wanted you two guys together on opening day because a year ago this time.
We were at opening day on Thursday last week.
No, but I mean that Cubs opening day, that's like it's becoming like Edey Day where he can't.
Did Edey get all
Oh, he did. Not enough to say he loves you, but close.
Drunk words are sober thoughts, Ed.
That's what they say, Dave. Is that true?
I think it's true.
Very true.
You think so?
What happened, Chief? Go ahead.
Force up 3-0.
Force is up 3.
Got it in the bag.
It's in the bag. That is a game over.
Nobody has given away more wins from a winning position this year than Nottingham Forest and last year.
Give me talk to me in football or baseball terms. What's a 3-0 lead?
3-0 lead is probably the equivalent of being this is halftime. We'll say that this is it's the tournament time. It's March Madness. This is like being up 20 at the half.
Yeah.
It's good. It's great. But it's not like I don't feel safe, not with this team.
I feel like it's over.
You guys are like, this makes me think you're bad people.
Do you hope they lose a little bit?
No, they're trying to you guys are trying to jinx. I have no joy in sports. You guys know that. This team is fighting for their lives to stay in the fucking league. I'm going to have to be streaming on these crazy platforms if they get sent down next year. I'd rather just be on Peacock and on normal cable TV. You guys want me like in the poorhouse again with Forrest. Why would you want that?
It's not that I want it. It's that
you're trying to jinx them into oblivion here. You're trying to jinx them into the championship.
I didn't. I asked Ed a question and he's struggling to answer it.
You asked him.
No, I'm trying to be positive for you. I think this is like the momentum.
Why would you do that?
Well, it's like I'm going there also in 2 weeks. So like if they lose, if they find a way to lose this game, they're playing great.
It's over, dude.
Yeah, it's over. So it's like that whole trip. I'm going over to like see them.
This game is over, Danny.
Ed.
Sorry.
If they go up 4, can we say it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I do. I don't care either way, but if they did get relegated,
you would enjoy it.
I wouldn't enjoy it. I'd think about it for 5 seconds, and be like, that's kind of funny, and then forget about it again.
Right, because you don't actually care about soccer, but
right.
You'd like to see me miserable. Yeah,
and
this is the only one where because like I like the Cubs, but it's not the same
that's
level
not
as
gonna
the
hurt.
Hawks,
Yeah,
Bears, and Forest are like my top 3, and the penalty for losing is not like you get a number 1 draft pick. You get fucking nothing. You get sent out of the league.
I like that. I want to figure out. I don't know anything about the relegation system other than that. Basically,
That's
you
it.
Get booted from the league if you're not good enough.
In the bottom 3.
And it does force teams to be as absolutely competitive as possible by all means, right? Like win at all costs.
Yeah, and
that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's actually the opposite. You're at baseball, where you're like, Jerry doesn't spend any money, blah, blah, blah. Forest got 4 points taken off of their total penalized for spending too much money. That's what they got. They spent too much money, and they're like, the Premier League's like, this is not. They call it financial fair play, where they look at your books.
There's luxury taxes and everything.
No, like it's like a different set of rules for the teams at the top versus everyone else. Like Manchester City can spend $1 gazillion. Newcastle, they're owned by the Saudi prince, so they got all the Saudi Arabia's money that they can spend. And everyone, like teams like Forest, even though we have a billionaire owner, they don't let them spend because they're trying to keep it like they want to protect the top teams for whatever reason. It's not fair.
Oh, that's fucking stupid.
I agree.
And then fuck the relegation system.
Well, no.
Well,
the relegation system's awesome because it does, like, you have to spend, you have to try, but then if they want your ceiling to be like 9th if you're a smaller team.
Do you think a lot of Americans have become big fans of soccer lately, or am I just like trapped in the bubble with you?
I think that I have that question all the
time. I know it's like one of the most popular outside of the U.S., but like, can you tell numbers-wise at all? Probably not, right?
I think the best thing the Premier League has going for it is its time slot, where people are awake. They don't want to watch HGTV or the news on a Saturday, Sunday morning. They want to watch something to get ready for the NFL or whatever else is college basketball, etc. And this is like the best league in the world on at a time where they're not really competing with anything else. So I think that's a big part of it. And then I think the sport is just growing in general, to answer your question. But I think having that time slot, the best league in the world, having no real competition in those hours really helps them.
What American franchise would you compare Nottingham to?
They're probably I'd say like the Pittsburgh Steelers, or because they were great in the late 70s and the early 80s, and they've been bad since basically. So like I'd say if you want to be an optimist, you would say Pittsburgh. Or
that's like a bad comparison.
Yeah.
Why?
Pittsburgh hasn't had a losing season.
Then it's probably the flip side of that would be the Bills, but the Bills never actually won anything. Like they're probably they're probably more like over year to year like the Buffalo Bills, but because they have 2 Champions League titles and a league title. And other they play for other trophies and stuff too, but because of that, I would say that they're somewhere in between the Steelers and the Bills, but like working class, blue collar, like Midwest type vibe.
Who would be like a Chiefs or Warriors? Just like a dynasty.
Chiefs would probably be Man City because the Chiefs had never really had a ton of success, and that was the same with Man City, who's like the best, and they won everything last year. That would probably be the Chiefs, and then what was the other one? The Warriors. Any other dynasty? I guess. Yeah. I mean, Manchester United's like the Yankees.
Who's like the White Sox version that Dave could root for?
Derby.
Everton's got some similarities.
That's what everybody told me. They're like
Dave is like it would be perfect. Derby's going to be in the championship next year. They're Forest like blood rival.
Yeah.
Like they're fighting. There was a fight in the field 2 years.
Hey, remember Dave was wearing a Derby hat?
Yeah, like some guy from England sent it. Yeah.
Do you have that picture of Dave in the Derby hat? It makes me laugh every time I see it.
I wore it not too long ago. I have it still.
It's like I don't want to say anything nice about Derby, but the logo it's like this like cool looking ram. They got black and white colors, kind of like the Sox. So that would be, and they are kind of like, it is a little bit like Cubs Sox, where Forest is probably more Cubs.
Are they both in Nottingham?
They're like 15 minutes away from each other.
I feel like you could blend in England.
I think you would love it over there. The drinking culture is more like how we like to drink.
Like pub drinking.
You don't have like loud DJ music. You really like, there are bars where they just don't have music. It's just guys sitting around telling jokes. Nary a girl in sight. Usually Perfect. It's just the fellas. Yeah. Yeah. So
Sounds
it's great. It's great. It's great. I love it over there. I can't wait to go back.
I don't know. Right? Can't you see him blended in
I think they would fit in like a fish and water
with
over
an
there.
Irish cap? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Would have been.
yeah. Like you should. What's the opposite of? What do you repatriate? Was that the word? Where you go like your ancestors moved here. You should just move back. Yeah.
Would you go out there, Dave?
What do you mean go out there?
Would you move there?
I've never even been there.
That's like no. But remember when?
My cousin moved there. She had an English husband she met in college, and they're like raising their family in England,
Oh, nice.
and they love it.
I remember there was like a trip where Sydney was like, "Oh, we might have a hunting thing in like Hawaii," and Dave's like, "I'll absolutely go." And it's like, "No shit, Dave, you'll go to Hawaii
Dave's like, I want to go get those axes deer in Hawaii.
with the company."
Yeah.
No shit.
Do you get called like a wanker a lot, or what's it called?
They call me when I've been called a nonce by Derby people a lot.
What's that?
It's
A
like
diddler.
it's like a pedophile.
Oh,
That's like they say cunt, and like they just throw these like the worst things in our language out there. It's
And
just like
that's
a
it.
common phrase.
I think in probably North America, cunt is like the only bad place. Canada, I don't know, but
Yeah, I don't know. England, Ireland,
Australia,
I don't know.
Zealand,
Yeah, you say I don't really know any Australian people, but English and Irish.
they say
And it's like a
cunt,
term of
cunt,
endearment.
Cunt.
Yeah.
It's for everything.
No, he's a good cunt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
What do you think would be like the most American sounding accent to outside of here? Like a Southern accent, Chicago accent? Like if they're trying to imitate you, I'm trying to think, what would they? You never hear the Southern one, but that would be the stereotypical.
I think you're right, but I think mostly they just like slow it down and they talk.
Yeah, but you never hear them talking like this.
There's this girl, I can't, what's that movie? She's All That, or She's Out of My League.
Mm-hmm.
You know, remember that movie with
Yeah.
Jay Baruchel, the blonde girl who's
Yes,
like
yes.
stunning.
Rocket. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think she, in that movie, in that era, she's like the most beautiful girl of all time. I saw her do a clip on Conan O'Brien where she's English, like
Didn't know that.
super English, and then
Throws me off every time.
it feels like it should be impossible.
Yeah.
Like we're doing an accent, you can't do ours.
Yeah.
You're the ones who are talking funny.
Like when I saw, obviously, Margot Robbie blew up from Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
When I first saw her appearance and she had an Australian accent, I was like,
Throws you
what
off.
is going on?
Or a
Andrew
house.
Garfield.
I feel like it's almost easier to if you're going to do an accent, to do like the New York, the Boston, the Southern, than it is to like the thing that blew my mind. She sounded like just a normal like California actress, as opposed to like when she was Margot Robbie was a Duchess of Bay Ridge. You're still like learning how to do an accent, like a New York, Brooklyn accent.
Yeah.
It's almost like Tom Holland's another one, or House, I forget his name, but has a whole series. It's like, at what point are they like, maybe we'll just get an English guy for this 10-season long series instead of having to do an accent every time?
I never understood that either.
What are the ones that shocked you the most? I have two in my mind besides Margot Robbie.
Andrew Garfield, The Social Network. I heard him. He was accepting a speech at like the Oscars or whatever the fuck, and I didn't have the slightest fucking clue he was an English dude.
I didn't know that.
I remember tweeting it, and some guy from England is like, "I'm English," and I didn't know he was English.
Did you watch Succession?
Mm-mm.
Did you?
Yeah.
Tom Wamsgams. He's
Oh, really?
yeah,
No shit.
yeah.
My two are Christian Bale.
Yeah, that one.
His is like, he's Welsh, and his accent's very, very low key.
Yeah,
It's
but it
not-
was still
yeah.
stunning.
Yeah,
Like,
I thought he was American.
I was like, holy fuck,
Yeah.
Christian Bale.
I mean, Christian, that's a very American sounding name. Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally, yeah.
Christian Bale. And my other one was Margot Robbie, Christian Bale, and you've ever seen Sons of Anarchy?
No.
Oh, Charlie Hunnam, Jax Teller, was stunned.
Both English dudes.
Yeah, and then once you find out and you watch back the series, you're like, oh, he like slips at like certain points, and you could like catch it.
Yeah, like Andrew Garfield looks like he's from Glenview. You would,
Yeah,
you would
yeah.
never
yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
imagine that.
I hate that guy.
He is pretty hateable. The Margot Robbie, her like obviously very over embellished New Jersey, New York accent was fan-fucking-tastic on
Yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street. She was so good in that.
She was amazing.
She was amazing in that movie.
I mean, it shows like she became like the biggest actress on the planet after that movie.
Yeah, it might be partly because she looks so stunning naked too.
Yeah.
She looked good.
Yeah, but she's like, you
Yeah.
know.
But I didn't see Barbie, but I haven't seen her in anything since where I was like, this woman is an amazing actress.
Thought she's pretty good in I, Tonya.
I didn't see that. I heard good things about
Yeah,
that.
thought she was
too.
good in I,
Yeah.
Tonya.
It's the Will Smith movie.
Suicide Squad.
That movie.
No.
was-
There's another one too.
Is there?
Where they're like dating. Or
Yeah.
They're like con artists or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 Suicide Squad is one of the absolute worst movies that ever fucking be made.
Suicide Squad or The Suicide Squad?
The one with Will Smith and
Jared Leto.
and
I didn't even know Will Smith was in that.
Yeah.
it was
That's when they allegedly
unbelievably bad. One of the absolute worst movies I've ever seen.
they
And
remade
I'm not
it.
even.
It's called The Suicide Squad because it was so bad.
Fuck.
Yeah.
They released both?
Yeah.
Because have you heard? There was that story about Anchorman. You know, the Will Ferrell movie, where they made it and then they turned it in, and they're like, "You guys have to try this again." Like you have to. The characters are great, all that, but like this movie makes no sense. And then they reshot it and they released the one that everybody knows. And then a few years afterwards, they did like a double DVD set where you could get the original one that they made. It's still kind of funny, but it is like dumber than dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I kind of want to watch it.
You say,
Anchorman?
No, Suicide Squad now.
you say Andrew Garfield,
So
undisputed
bad.
worst Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Gotta be.
I never
Just
saw
by
it,
default.
but yeah, just by default, he has. Even like, I don't see Tobey Maguire as a superhero.
But he
not
pulled that
anymore,
off,
yeah.
though.
Because he was like one of the first. Like that was one of the
Yeah.
first
It
super
was, yeah.
movies I ever saw.
I saw the first one. I might have seen the first 3 in theaters.
There was such a
There
time
was 3
capsule
with
of
him,
that.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I saw all 3 in theaters. The first one was awesome.
Yeah. He had a moment because it's still one of my all-time favorite movies, Seabiscuit.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's
and
fantastic.
He's very good at that.
You know, they offered Leo the role of the original Spider-Man first, and he was just like, "Give it to Toby. They're boys."
Yeah, they're like
Really?
Mhm.
Oh, I never knew that.
they're boys heavy.
Yeah.
I did
He's
not.
part of the what's the squad called?
Pussy Posse.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew they were in Gatsby together, but I didn't know that they were like boys. Like
I think they did Don's Plum together too. You ever
Okay.
heard that story of Don's Plum?
I don't think so.
Very interesting. It was like Kevin Connolly, ironically enough, Leo. I think Tobey Maguire's in it, a couple other people, and like the movie was like Leo and like all those guys thought it would like affect their reputation, like people would think it was real, and like they like blocked it from getting made.
You told me about this.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a crazy
Yeah.
story where like it's
What they were just.
I can't picture Leo as Spider-Man for some reason. Like he's never done a superhero movie, right?
Yeah, he didn't want to be a superhero. That's why.
he's never done a comedy, dude.
I don't know about
Like Wolf
that.
of Wall Street was kind of comedic.
And then Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was kind of comedic too, in a way.
Yeah, but he's
But
never
they're-
done a true rom-com, like true comedy.
Yeah.
You know?
I would say that not that it was a funny movie. Empire of the Summer Moon, or what was the name of that? This came out this last summer.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Empire of the Summer Moon is a different.
The film was blocked from release in the U.S. and Canada as DiCaprio and Maguire claimed that they had only agreed to star in a short film but not a feature film. But yeah, they say it was.
But what I was going to say about that movie is DiCaprio, like that guy couldn't read. Like he had all kinds. Like DiCaprio, like he had funny moments in that movie as well. Like little slide.
Yeah. He could do a comedy if he wants. He's awesome.
Leo?
Yeah.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
He just like,
But like
Is
I'm
he
trying
not
to
like the
it's like
Tom-
beneath him. I think.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
nowadays he does like one movie a year, and it's gonna be a fucking monster. You know,
yeah.
like that's
He'll get his 30 million or whatever. His
Yeah,
quote is.
exactly.
What is his quote?
it's got to be that close to that. Look that up. While you look that up, I'll talk about Dave and Buster's. Last year there were 35 personal fouls in the championship game. So this year we're going to foul, F-O-W-L, for foul, F-O-U-L, okay? With every foul, we're enjoying a chicken wing from Dave and Buster's. And with all-you-can-eat chicken wings and a $10 power card, starting at $22.99 every Monday and Thursday after 4 p.m. for the duration of the tournament, you can go foul for foul 2. Terms and conditions apply. And don't forget, throughout the tournament, we're washing away your sorrows with $2 beers and $5 shots. Price and participation may vary. Jerry's going to be there for Jerry After Dark today.
Oh,
Tune
all right.
into that.
What's he doing over there?
I don't know exactly, but tune into that. That'll be at Dave & Buster's. Great environment. I'm sure it's going to be a great stream because Dave & Buster's is great. So every Monday and Thursday after 4 p.m. throughout the tournament, Dave & Buster's is celebrating with all-you-can-eat wings and a $10 power card starting at $22.99. Terms and conditions apply. What did you find the quote?
I did. So interesting, in my opinion. that he does. It says DiCaprio is the only star who manages to keep his $20 million fee for every single movie he makes, no matter how uncommercial it is. Respect to, then it says any other actor out there who wants a $20 million plus paycheck has to do a franchise, sequel, IP, blockbuster, but not Leo. It also says Leo does not have an agent. So it's like you just call him
Go to
up.
Leo.
Like, here's a script. Do you want to do it? And he'll say yes or no, but it's $20 million at least. So that is the thing that pops up.
That must be nice. Hey, you want to work? I'll give you $20 million. Not feeling it today. That'd be a nice little spot to be in, I think.
Yeah, he got $50 million for Inception. Pretty good.
Yeah, 20 million. That's just to like.
What did
attention?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a drop in the bucket compared to what that movie made. Probably, I bet that's probably 10% of the total gross of the film.
I feel like he's never even sniffed a controversy too. Like his biggest controversy is he has hot young girlfriend.
Yeah, it's starting to kind of fizzle.
I feel like it did for a minute because he was linked to that. There was like an Israeli model who was 19 and he was photographed with her, and people are like, "All right, dude, you're 48 years old." And then that was like a story for about a week, and then he just went back to being Leo.
Yeah, I think he's so like tuned out of that shit.
Yeah, I don't- he don't
and he's so good at acting, it'll never affect him.
Yeah.
But you're right in that respect.
I wonder if he has burners, like if he's on the internet at all.
I don't think
Because
so.
I don't know how people, like he made that movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, right? And it was like a look back in time at how different things were and how cool LA was in like the 70s, I think that movie was
Yeah.
set. But I feel like his life is probably not that different. He's not really on social media, you know, like he's not on the internet. So what do you do with your time?
He's kind of like the last genre of like the old movie stars.
Yeah, he is like a bona fide, like he would play with all those old time guys.
Yeah, that's interesting. Who do you say stands in the class of their own? Where I actually heard like Ari Shaffir arguing this, where it's like, oh, it's a movie about this person. Like, who has that? Like, oh, it's a Leo movie, the new Leo movie.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah,
Because he does one like every 3, 4, 5 years or whatever.
and I feel like
It's
he's retired until he finds something that he
right, and
really
it's like,
wants
oh,
to
Daniel
do.
Day-Lewis is coming out
Yeah.
with a new movie.
So you'd be like, all right, the new Daniel Day-Lewis movie. The
Christian Bale is kind of
He was
in that.
next, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt is maybe a smidge
Brad
below that, but
Denzel.
Denzel definitely.
Denzel, yeah,
Definitely.
He argued Tom Cruise.
Definitely.
Yeah.
yeah. But I guess, yeah,
Yeah,
Tom
definitely.
Cruise
Oh,
is, but like
definitely.
I'm not. I feel like he only does Mission Impossible 17s now.
I would
he did
say
Top Gun,
whether-
obviously, but
That doesn't mean that the movies they make are always going to be home runs, but Sydney Sweeney's at that point, even though she's spitting one out like once a week right now.
I don't.
It's only based on her name value at this very moment.
Yeah. Like you're
In
saying.
5-10
Sydney
years,
Sweeney
that could
movie.
be fucking gone.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, at the
I, s-
moment, she's the hottest thing.
Yeah,
I started watching,
but she's never had like Sydney Sweeney's nominated for an Oscar.
No, yeah, we're not saying this is a critical reception or even financial reception,
Okay.
which it typically is hand in hand.
correlates.
But like Sandy Sweeney is kind of like the outlier right now.
Yeah.
I started watching Interstellar last night. It's like a 10-hour movie, so obviously I didn't make it. But the Jessica Chastain, I absolutely
I love her.
love her. Love her.
That's kind of shocking.
Why?
I mean,
Dude.
obvious reasons why you like her. I like her too. I think she's a good actor, and I'm able to separate it more. But I know you don't like Radikowski as much because of her opinions about certain things.
Oh yeah, I
didn't know
separate
Chastain had
art.
opinions.
Yeah.
Chastain's super in
Is
it.
she?
Oh yeah. You're not a big. I feel like you're not a big separator.
I can separate art from artist.
You guys, they just gave one up.
Did they?
Yeah.
3-1.
Now are you,
3-1.
now are you kind of?
No, we're good. We're good. Everything is fine. Right? Danny Lance?
Yeah, we're chilling. Good vibes.
All right, I do have
bringing good vibes.
I do have a parlay that was over 2.5 for us to win or tie, and both teams to score. So I did kind of need that one goal, but now this game, I want this game to end 3-1.
How much time is left?
A lot.
It just started the second half, right?
Yeah, we're at the 50-minute mark, so we got about 50 minutes to go with extra time. So it's gonna be a sweat.
Nothing better than a sweat.
Nope, there's lots of things better than a sweat. I'm tired of sweating. I want to be on the beach. I want to just chill.
Did you guys watch the Iowa LSU game at all?
I did.
Yeah. Did you, Danny?
Mm-mm.
No.
David, no.
Absolutely not.
Oh, I was
excited. For
Yeah, I was too. I wanted because like that was that you could make an argument that was the most heated rivalry in the last few years with LSU and Angel Reese against Caitlin Clark, and it was like the redemption game, and like this is Caitlin Clark's like last shot at the title. She's the biggest. She's in every commercial.
I mean,
feel
you
like
could
she's
argue it's the most memorable college basketball game of last year.
definitely. Yeah.
In a year where San Diego State
Are you talking
versus
about
UConn,
the one where she did the?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
First one,
This one last
Yeah.
year, and then
Oh, it was a championship game.
yeah, and then she went 3 for 16 from 3 last year, and then this year she was unbelievable.
Torched them.
Unbelievable.
It's like the most popular name right now. She's like the new Sydney Sweeney, Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark.
She's up there for sure. Fuck, she's up there.
Oh yeah.
Good for her. I saw Jason Williams was saying that. So the big three, and my
Yep.
good friend Ice Cube offered her $5 million
Dave,
for.
Dave Portnoy offered her 10.
I'm surprised they didn't take off more. It's like,
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe
what?
people were like, "That's not even real."
Yeah.
I think it was in the Post. No.
Oh, was it?
I
think
wouldn't
so.
be. I mean, I don't know. Well, whatever. But Jason Williams is saying that she should counter with 10 a year for 3 years, but get you're partnered with the league and you get portion of league revenue and TV revenue and all that, and then you take your talents to the WNBA once your fucking stardom is and you've made your money.
Do you think you can? Why can't she do both?
She probably could. When's WNBA
it's
summer,
summer,
right?
yeah, it's
So
big three
big
summer.
summer, yeah.
I think Caitlin Clark, well, like for this generation, will be the first name in WNBA to surpass like Lisa Leslie. You know, when I think of WNBA, I can name Lisa Leslie. Oh, like
Yeah.
Who's the chick that got arrested
Candace
in?
Parker doesn't do it for you.
Sue Bird.
she's up,
By the way,
she's up there for sure, but I don't think she ever surpassed like the name Lisa Leslie when it comes to WNBA.
All right, probably more biased too because of
And this is coming from someone who's not
Yeah.
watched WNBA.
yeah.
But
I have to. Candace Parker is so good on the broadcast. I think she is outstanding good.
Yeah.
I learned more about her from basketball than like anybody on earth. I think she's awesome. She is great. She has great vibe with those guys. I think she's fantastic.
it's a nice
and that needs to be
endorsement,
said.
Dave.
yeah, I mean WNBA and soccer, both sports just trending up. Who would have thought?
Yeah, that's the talking point
Yep.
today.
Man, when we went to Iowa, it was just Caitlin Clark banners everywhere.
Oh, I'm
It's the
sure.
sides of the building. Unbelievable.
I wonder how many. Do you think she's the highest grossing, like in terms of like merch and jerseys and just revenue in general, athlete Iowa has ever had in any sport?
Yeah,
It has to
And
be by.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be if it's like by millions.
More
Yeah,
than
who's even number 2?
Yeah.
Brad
and
Banks?
It just means more. Like she's
Yeah.
from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. And,
How about
like,
this
If
story-
she was this good and she was at Tennessee or Yukon, it's not nearly as cool.
Well, that's like the new storyline. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
seen that. Like her whole life dreamed of going to Yukon. Like she's got a little figurine that she had made at some, I don't know, like a Six Flags is what it sounded like, where she was like, it's like Caitlin Clark at 14 in a Yukon jersey. And like she's had it like on her desk for like,
And now she's
8 years.
spite.
yeah. But Gina Oriema like never called her.
Oh fuck! I didn't know
wow.
that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So that's like the, you know, she's on a fucking revenge tour.
I'm thankful for that because
Yeah.
do you agree with me? Like it's not as cool if she's Yukon.
Yeah, if I had one of the brands.
Like Yukon
know.
has, dude. They've pumped so many out. Diana Taurasi, like you
Yeah,
name them.
no, I know. Like all Rebecca Lobo,
Yes,
like
like
all
you name
those. Yeah, but I do think that there is something there's something unique about her that I think she would be even at UConn. She's the star of stars.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. But I do think it's a
Yeah, because she's like single-handedly turning around a whole.
State.
Yeah.
yeah.
Whereas she's not getting that kind of
100%.
notoriety.
And
anywhere
especially look this year with how good UConn's men is right now.
Yep.
Imagine that. Like you're sharing the show in town.
True.
Caitlin Clark is bigger than Iowa football this year.
So I had
Which is
Definitely.
insane to
She's
fucking
bigger
say.
than UConn men's team.
Yeah.
Well, I know, like, so I dated a girl who, she, her sister, and the sister's boyfriend all went to UConn, and I did. This is literally 2014.
else. Twin.
Yes.
Twin.
Yeah, this is one of the twins. And so I think it was 14 was the year that UConn men and women both won it. And that was like the Kemba year. And then UConn women won it too. And I think the women, like they had a big parade and like stores is going crazy for the men, and then the women won it like either the next weekend or the weekend before, and like nobody cared. Yeah. So they're saying like even though it's the greatest women's program of all time, when it comes down to it, it's still the men's team. I don't think that would be. I think she is a much. Yeah. I think I'm trying to make your point for you. I guess is that it's a way bigger deal that it's Iowa. And now that I had this other thought, I know Ohio State was pretty good this year. I feel like Big Ten women's basketball is never really like in the mix. Like in general, can you think of another other than Iowa with the last couple of years with Caitlin Clark? Like it's always Yukon. South Carolina, Tennessee historically was awesome. USC before that with Reggie Miller's sister. What was Reggie Miller's sister's first name?
She's still an analyst, right?
Yeah, she was broadcasting to him.
Obviously, Baylor had their time when.
Yeah, right. But again, like no like Big Ten women's basketball power anywhere.
Cheryl Miller.
Cheryl Miller. That's
Thank you.
Forgetting one.
I don't think so. Like Michigan State. Like I can't think of a time where a Big Ten.
I can't either.
Yeah, Illinois, nobody. The Paul women's, ironically, is actually probably the best team in the Midwest. They're usually in the tournament, Yeah,
I could, unless if we're missing it. What's another just powerhouse team in general?
Tennessee was like, it was Tennessee and Yukon always. And now South Carolina is in that kind of mix,
Stanford has become pretty big.
Yeah.
In the women's.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, but like Northwestern is like, for women's lacrosse, is spectacular. But I don't think have they ever had a
They
women's?
were a 2 or 3 seed 2 years ago.
Northwestern?
Yeah, in the tournament.
It's weird how certain sports are.
They had the hazing scandal.
Says Caitlin Clark has added nearly $40 million for the GDP of Iowa's women's basketball.
That's what I was going to ask. What is the university? And she is so lucky she was born a few years
Born now
when she was, because she would have left tens of millions on the team.
Yeah.
She's got to be making like $10 million a year.
Yeah,
right?
like people like my buddies like, why would she go pro? Like
That's
not
what
gonna
I
make as
didn't
much money.
understand.
But she's gonna make it up on sponsors.
But you
So even if,
that
like,
now in college when all the eyes are on you, I feel like once you get to like it's the luster's kind of lost. You have a baked in fan base to Iowa. You don't have that for any, and this I could be very wrong, but you don't have that for a WNBA team.
I think that's kind of the challenge, though. Like, look how much she changed college basketball. Is she going to be able to do that for the WNBA?
That's 9. I think that is very low. She's in every commercial right now. Every commercial.
I mean, that's probably just what they can estimate's been reported. Like she
Right.
she is in like State Farm.
Yes,
she's got
big
like
money commercials.
big. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get in the financial area and financial and insurance, which I think she does. She has financial.
I wouldn't
backers.
be surprised if she's doing Capital One soon next to Taylor Swift.
I think she might. I think she
might.
She might already. I know she has a bank that I saw because I was watching. It was not even the game last night. I was just watching TV, and she was in back-to-back commercials, and one of them was State Farm, and the other one was like some financial institute that I can't.
My
I
guess
agree
is
with you,
she made
Dave.
10 million this
I
year.
think it's low.
I think 3.1 is low too.
She might be on Rogan,
Probably.
honestly.
Well, he's not a sports guy. So
That's
Yeah, he
the
doesn't
only-
care. Yeah.
He might not even know who she is.
Does she go on like late night shows?
I haven't.
I'm
seen
sure
her.
if they win, she will.
She'll
Yeah.
start doing that circuit after the season. I
Yeah, she's
imagine.
probably just locked in because you could tell she's fucking out for blood too,
Yeah.
She does
She's a
have that-
killer. She's got like a little Kobe streak to her.
Yeah, that definitely.
for sure.
Yeah, she's an easy
That's
she's
that
an
I
easy
hope she
person to
loses.
root for. I feel like. Yeah.
How about people are like starting? There was like a small turning on her a little bit.
That always
I don't
happens,
know.
though.
Even same thing with Angel Reese. Like you need that.
I love a
in
villain.
Sports. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's
what like I want athletes and teams to hate each other. And you just don't get that the way that you used to in sports.
Forrest just gets scored on.
No. It's not looking great though.
Hey, let's talk about Beard Guyz. Step up your beard game and unleash your beast with Beard Guyz. Hair on your face is different than hair on your body. Specific products are needed. Beard Guyz has products that wash, hydrate, and help to style your beard. Start your day off right with the 2-in-1 Wash and Tame, a wash and conditioner combo that is meant to cleanse and condition your beard. It is citrus scent. Hydrate your beard with some beard oil. The beard oil helps soften and moisturize the beard and skin. Lock in the beard and style it with some matte style and clay. This product has kaolin clay to help keep your beard in place and can be used for your hair as well. Talk about the scent of the products, obviously.
I just took a whiff. It's really, really good.
Pass that on down.
Here you go,
here.
David.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, it
Fly on
does.
your face.
I didn't know
Respects the
that.
skin.
I hadn't seen that in the ad copy before, that you can use it on your hair. I know this is about product placement. I will be taking this home to use it on my hair.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So whether you're a seasoned vet or a rookie beginning the beard journey, Beard Guyz is a brand for your beard. You can find Beard Guyz at your local Walmart and Walgreens. Anything else about hoops? I mean, that Illinois game was something.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Has there ever been a 30-0 run in like a
Elite
big game like that?
Can't be. That
Like that's hard to do. That's hard to do against like a Stetson.
yeah.
You know, like 30-0. Like watching Rico take charges and stuff in the intramurals. Like I don't know if you can get 30 against them. Like the fact that no one just like bombed a Caitlin Clark level 3 in
Right.
that whole run is
They were like shell shocked.
they were.
See,
It just kept going.
I don't think
And it was like all dunks. It was. I don't think they like Yukon. It was like points in the paint. There was a stretch where it was like Yukon had like 14 points off of dunks before Illinois scored. It was as bad of a domination as I've ever seen.
And you were at Barstool River North with everyone.
Yeah, I went both days, and the the second day when they played Yukon, there was like in the first half they were like trailing them by like a bucket or two the whole time, and I was just waiting to get a clip of like when they finally tie it, and I got it, and I was like, oh, this is gonna get ratioed to death now.
Yeah.
I needed something to
Oh,
post
you're
to
like
show
this-
I was there.
Yeah.
To promote the watch.
Well, and
party.
it's like, can you imagine? Like, there are times where if you're at like a very crowded place, obviously everyone's been there. They don't have the Wi-Fi. Like, you hit send, and like you're just struggling to get
Yeah.
that posted, and it's already like a
Well,
20-point.
the best picture of the fucking weekend was Chuck and his buddies with the sign from Thursday after they won the Sweet 16 game that said "See you Saturday, Yukon." It's like,
Yeah.
like you guys don't even know what's gonna hit you 48
dude,
hours.
I'm telling you.
That clip of the coach of Underwood being like, "Look, we're not gonna change what we're doing. If he blocks 100, he blocks 100. He blocked damn near 100.
He only got credited with 2 blocks in that first half too.
But really,
2 blocks in the first half. He had like 6 because I'm thinking he was going to have a triple double
and
blocks.
he was impacting like every single too.
shot. It
Like someone
look at that. See you Saturday.
they
might as well just
I mean,
at Old Takes Exposed.
They
Yeah.
saw them Saturday.
On the sign.
They saw them Saturday.
Look at dude,
Yeah.
Chuck and the boys, and like they haven't had a ton. Like they've had some good seasons since, like, but obviously a lot of disappointing.
But I
ones
think
with
that was their first Sweet 16.
Yeah.
since
Yeah.
05.
05.
06,
Yeah.
yeah. That I said it last week, and I've only seen him play a handful of games now, including one where they got smoked by Creighton. That's the best college basketball team I think I've ever seen.
We need a new. They had us in the first half meme of that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To redo
True.
it.
I guess that's what they do to every team too. They
Dude,
toy with them the first half, and then the second half it's just like floodgates.
I didn't even realize now until talking to you that they took out Northwestern too.
It was the exact same thing, Ed.
I mean-
it was men amongst boys, and granted, Northwestern was down 2 starters. I expected that to happen. That wasn't even the same level of competition.
But here's the thing too: there's always a battle between who's Chicago's Big Ten team. Yukon just
UConn.
put their fucking nuts
Yeah.
and dragged them from chin to fucking.
I mean,
airline.
they had to have played DePaul a couple times this year. What were those scores? About
Yeah,
1,000 to fucking
true.
nothing?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah.
Holy
I
only
wonder
won all 5
if
games
you
all year.
took the best combined 12 of Illinois, Northwestern, and DePaul.
Northwestern would win, or they would win. They would win, yes.
I don't think Yukon would win.
No, I don't think so.
I think they would, dude.
I don't and that's the funny thing. I'm like, Illinois, I think they're going to get rolled because UConn's that good, but if any team has the athletes to keep up with them, Terrence
Yeah.
Shannon, 6'10", handles the ball like a point guard and has
he's
just
nasty.
absurd ups. Same with Coleman Hawkins. Marcus Damask is like 6'6" point guard who put up 20 points a game in the Big Ten this year. That was a really, really good Illinois team, and they just fucking mantle.
I feel like Yukon, like that center, the backup center.
They play like 10 players.
Yeah. Like Klingon only plays 20 minutes to 22 minutes a game. He's on
It's crazy.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Tuesday, January 2nd, versus DePaul at home in Stores. They won 85-56. And then Wednesday, Valentine's Day, they won at DePaul 101-65. Horrible. Just an absolute drubbing.
Yikes.
UConn dropped
Bad.
10th in March. Oh, that was. Oh, that was last year. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say this. I do think Underwood's game plan sucked. Dane Danger should have been playing on the big fucking center on Yukon instead of Coleman Hawkins. Coleman Hawkins was getting
And it was just like
torn apart by that guy.
I almost felt bad for him because it was like they're gonna throw it in the block and there's nothing.
You can't
they didn't even really give him help.
I don't think this means in the long term a single fucking thing for Illinois in terms of like outlook.
They're in a good spot.
They're in a great spot, and I hate saying that. I don't like Illinois, but that they were playing their Sweet 16 game. Who they even playing? Iowa State. It would have been the same outcome. That they're playing for their right to get absolutely annihilated by Yukon.
Do you think?
I think Purdue's the only team that has a shot.
And they're a Final Four game. That's 11.5 points. I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That is absurd.
Yeah.
And that's the number one team in the country for a large portion of the year, and they're 11.5 point dogs.
And we're not talking like, listen, with all due respect to Florida Atlantic, and we're not talking about.
No, this is Purdue might not be like a.
Well, that's just Bama. He's saying.
Oh,
this
Bama.
weekend. So against Bama, it's
Okay.
11.5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Which is 4 seed SEC team still 11.5. Is
Yeah,
it's like a lot.
I did think that Tennessee was going to smoke Purdue though.
Dude, Purdue's good.
Purdue's good, and like Zach Edey, it's not an exaggeration. Like he gets every fucking
The
call.
Easter of Edey, man.
Yeah.
The Easter of Edey. I'm an Edey guy. You guys know that.
Why are you an Edey guy?
I don't know. I just
Because everyone else hates him.
Everyone
hate him.
Here's the everyone's like people saying he's not talented. Like I mean,
That's bullshit.
Oh, that's crazy. It's one of those things that he's a guy who's born at the opposite of Caitlin Clark. He was born at the wrong time. Like if this was 20 years ago when people are like, we need somebody who can just go up against Shaq, then he would be like a lottery pick.
and that's my point, Chief. That's why we grew up watching bigs like that.
Yeah.
Like that was I grew up my whole I don't really remember Jordan. My whole prime of basketball is sitting there hating Shaq, hoping someone could dethrone the Lakers.
Yeah.
And when Vlade Divac was like the only hope that the Kings could do it, I rallied around them.
Oh, remember
now
what
that this game is back, it's like, oh, I liked it there. It's
Yeah.
this fucking unstoppable force.
Right.
Who's going to fucking take them down?
Well, and remember when this was early 2000s, but when the Sixers went out and got Mutombo.
yeah.
It's like, all right, well, like now
Yes.
they, like Mutombo, Shaq, well,
Eric
we'll see.
Snow.
Yeah.
Like, let's go. We got some pieces.
And then they won that one game with a step over, and then
Yep.
it was like, nope, you guys are getting dusted.
I-
Because there wasn't only Shaq. I did say this during the Yukon game. I hope, because the NBA, I'm probably in the minority on this too, but it's just not I'm kind of like you. I like where there's a mid-range game and guys are driving and there's a big and it's not just a 3-point fucking fest.
Yes.
I want running a real offense and not having Chet Holmgren's great and these guys, these super talented skilled bigs are whatever. They're great. They're unique in their own way. But there's just something about a big daddy like Patrick Ewing. And,
Yeah. But it's just variety to me. I haven't seen it in a while, so it's different.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I like it.
So I am hoping that there's some kind of way that it swings back where we get, because you need great big physical bigs. I feel like we just haven't had as many of those. So it's a combination of those guys just aren't coming into the league and the league changed at the same time. If you get a couple of guys that can play in the post effectively, then maybe the NBA kind of swings back.
But it's the same way when Warrior ball started taking off. I was like, this is fucking awesome too. It was a shift, and I loved it. Now it's been
Yeah, you like to see
almost 10 years. I'm ready for it to loop back.
I feel like Lance probably has a. Do you think Zach Edey will be? What do you think he's going to do in the NBA?
I think right now, if he stays the same that he is, he'll be similar to what Andre Drummond does for the Bulls. He'll come in, give you 10 points, get a lot of rebounds, be real physical, be a big presence. I think if he develops even a mid-range jump shot, you could find him maybe as a ceiling close to an Anthony Davis, maybe, if he can kind of develop a shot.
He's not going to
But
develop
probably
that.
not. That would be the high ceiling.
Yeah.
That's a
great.
99th
He's
percentile.
too
Yeah.
tall and lanky, but
Anthony
if he
Davis is
develops
so
a shot, he can do it.
athletic.
Yeah, he can handle the ball. Edey's not ever going to dribble a single time in the NBA. Some tells me, because he is a good scorer around the hoop, and he's got good footwork, and he's not just a tall mess. He does have coordination. I think that he could be an effective, but I don't know a thing about the NBA at the same time, so who knows? But I think he could be an effective 20-minute guy.
just depends, man. You just got to get up and down that court so fast.
Yeah.
You know?
Right? That's true. That's why I thought
unless it switches, where it's like he goes to a team that doesn't want,
Yeah,
you know.
which a lot would have to happen.
Yeah.
Like it takes one coach to like have a different philosophy, being like,
Yeah.
here's how you could have a guy like this.
And then that guy's the new genius.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because like I wonder if if a Shaq, another Shaq type, comes in along the way, or even a Dwight Howard.
That's just crazy. Dude, look at Kofi Coburn, dude.
Yeah,
I
but
would've-
like he was never as skilled as those guys.
he was.
But he still would have been a sure first rounder.
Yeah, oh yeah.
What's he even doing now? Is he even in the league?
He's probably in some league. He's not in the NBA.
Not in the NBA, yeah.
He's probably somewhere though. But yeah, I don't know.
Edey could be good at also spreading the floor, just being huge and just throwing it into him. If you have good shooters, which most NBA teams have lots of good shooters, just even creating a double team for a moment to get a guy open for a three could make a big difference. But he's, I don't know, like you said, too slow.
He needs to get a lot of tape of him shooting 3-pointers in front of a
He
chair.
hit one this year.
You should come
You
to
know?
the office.
Yeah, that's what he needs.
Work on the gun.
Yeah. All right then. We gotta wrap this up. Unless if anyone else has anything.
You
No.
want to talk about baseball? Nothing.
What?
Baseball?
We'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah, we got
We'll do it
that
on Thursday,
tomorrow.
yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We got it.
I'm obsessed with Shota.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
The Shota glazing is
Yeah.
is happening very soon. See you guys Thursday. Thanks for listening.
North never texted me back.
Ba-da-doo-doo-doo-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum.